There we go. Helps if I unmute the chat. Unmute it. I had it muted for the open. There we go. And if I take that off, there we go. Okay, we'll try this again. Good afternoon. Welcome to Do It 3D Canada on this beautiful Sunday. Very cold Sunday. Very, very cold Sunday. Yeah, I had it muted for the countdown thing. So we are here. Welcome. And we are at part 3 of the box turtle build. We had some very interesting discoveries through the week on it. So we made one slight change. And welcome everybody. I see there's a lot of people here already. This is great. Let's just go down the list and see who's here and say hi. So Jerry, first on. Hey, welcome. Thank you for that. And I hope it's nice to talk to you during the week, Jerry, and through the chat and everything. So hopefully everything's working out there with your X1 Carbon and all that. Smash the like button. Absolutely, guys. Smash like and subscribe and share. And Rebecca is here. Hello. And Cliff D. James L. Thank you for the membership. Appreciate that. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Tempest Merendai is here. And let's see who else snuck in. Let's see. 3D Medic Vince is here. And Papa Way. James L. And more Jerry. HVAC Sergio is here. HVAC A to Z Sergio. Jeff Thorson is here. Look at that. Let's see. Rebecca is here. Steve Alpha. I'm probably repeating some names. Greg S. MG Longshot. Will De Silva. Hello. Nick. Hello. And Raven. Hi. And Bag of Chips. That's it for now. 25 people in, not in chat. 25 people watching. We got some people in chat. Hello. And welcome. So here we go. We've switched things up a little bit. We're simplifying things because, I find that it's great to have 44 different cameras, but you know what? It's hard to manage those different cameras. Hey, Rob H. Theo Kenzo is here. Hello. But what we're doing now is I've simplified it to 3 cameras in the studio now. We have this guy here, which is going to be a desktop camera, which is going to allow us to get some nice close zoomed in stuff like so. Ooh, okay. And we're going to have the main camera here. And then we have it's not new, but it's a new type of camera for the overhead, which will allow us to have a few different zoom levels for the overhead shots here like this. Okay. And that's sort of where we're going here. And that's it. I found in the past, number 1, too many cameras on the computer screw things up. Number 2, it's just more simple for me to only control 3 cameras during the stream instead of 5 or 6 or 7. Oh, I lied. There is a floor camera over there that was for the countdown timer. Tor, it's Tor. Hey, hi, Tor. How are you? So let's get down to business. Last week we left off at this portion of the build right here where we were working on the rewind motors, the respool motors. 2 things. I don't remember who. Somebody commented on my video last week that has obviously done this before and said that I did not have the gears far enough down on the motors, that I should have about 1 millimeter of this shaft, this guy right here. I should have about 1 millimeter of this shaft showing, sticking out the side of the gear that went on the motor. So that's one thing. That's not very bright. If I turn this other light on, will that give me a bit more light? There we go. Yeah, so that's the shaft there I was talking about. And the second thing, I had put the blue... there we go. I had put the blue Thunder Keys. Hello. And I think was it you that messaged me, Thunder Keys, about the shaft, and I didn't have it on far enough. I think it might have been you. Anyway, so we took all the shafts off for the 2 reasons. They weren't on far enough, which is okay. I could have just pushed them on further. Second reason is I just realized I was going through all my parts that this kit includes some nylon printed gears for that. And I didn't need to, or there should be 4. I must have taken one out of the bag and put it somewhere. I didn't need to print those gears and use the printed ones. I can use these nylon printed ones, which are obviously going to be much stronger. So there's a jig to set the depth, isn't there? I don't know. It doesn't show a jig on the, they don't show a jig on the instruction. There is a jig. Yeah, actually, matter of fact, there is a jig, but I kind of ignored it and thought that I knew better than the jig. That jig is right here somewhere, right here. Here's that exact jig right here, this guy right here. This is the jig you're talking about right here for doing that. So we're going to redo that, and that's going to be kind of the first step that we're going to redo here. So the jig is up. It is. There is an assembly tool. Yes, right here. Good evening. Stephen Machado, hello, hello. And Andrew Humphrey, the comedian of the house, is here. Nice to see you. So, yeah, there's 4 printed ones. Oh, there it is right there. So right here. So we have these 4 printed ones like this that came in the kit. There we go, like that. And these are nylon printed gears. So I figure I may as well use these. So interesting story. I used my those little gears weren't easy to pull off. I couldn't just get on here and yank them off. So I used these really cool little snipper tools here I have here. Okay, but one lesson to learn when you're using something like this, if you're holding it like this and you're going to snap that gear off, make sure that you don't have your finger in the way so you don't take a hunk of your finger out with the tool. So it's a good thing I didn't do that on stream because there would have been blood. But then again, at the same time, had I done that on stream, as soon as it hit, the blood just right out. And I probably would have got more likes, maybe even some super chats for some Band-Aid fun. But yeah, I did cut my finger doing that. So sorry you missed it, and I didn't film it. So there we go. And Andrew says he would have loved to. Oh, if I get enough likes, he will do a jig. Is that a dance? I don't know. Anyways, so let me sit down on my nice comfy stool. Let me grab a little drink of water. Oh, just so you know, there is an LDO filament giveaway again. It is a $35 gift card on up for LDO, which you can buy some, or not LDO, Polymaker. LDO is the sponsor of this build. Polymaker is the prize we're giving away, Polymaker Filament. Okay, don't get me wrong. $35 gift card for Polymaker Filament. Pinned up in the top of the chat or in the description of the video is the link where you can go and enter the giveaway. And you can only enter once. I figured it out. It will only let you enter once now. So there we go. Yeah, I know, Rebecca. Slip of the tongue. Freudian slip, I guess it's called. So anyways. So let's go ahead and get these nylon gears that came with the kit. MJF nylon for the respooler, 4 pieces. Let's go ahead and put these ones on. Andrew Humphrey, Band-Aid. Here's a new finger fund. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. $10 super chat, Andrew Humphrey. You get one of these for that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You get this.
Super chat.
Look at that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And for those of you that did request stickers, they are in the mail and on the way. The Canadian ones should have arrived by now, but the US ones, they do take a little while longer sometimes. So anyways, okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to use my new super duper scooper overhead camera view to do this. And we'll go and maybe in just, no, let's keep it at this one here. And I am in the top left of the screen if you want to see my ugly mug as well. So, okay. So let's go ahead and see how difficult or easy these are going to be to put on. So we put the motor in the jig. The jig is up. And we shove that in. Oops, helps if I keep it on camera, doesn't it? Isn't that better? Like this. Now I can either do this view or, hang on, this other new camera view here. Let's just see if this one might be better. If I go like this and I switch to this, and if I, and if I zoom in. Oh, like here. Yeah, this might be a little nicer view here. So you can see, you see the Band-Aid where the cut was. I'd show you the cut, but it's kind of gross. Thank you. I hadn't gotten mine yet. I'm really looking forward to getting those. I hope they can survive the chamber temps on your Voron. Oh, I think so. I think so. Okay. So let's get this up in place. So we have the flat and we have the flat. And now this I'm supposed to push in. So there should be about 1 millimeter showing. Now these are difficult to go on. These are very, very tight. See, these nylon ones might even be tighter. There's a little bit. I might have to clean these out, but let's just see what we can get here. Oh, no, that's not bad. Okay. And if I push, there we go. Okay, so that's the way it was supposed to go. Right there, you can see now that I pushed it on until it hit the jig, and there is about 1 millimeter of shaft showing through that nylon gear. So that is the way it should look. There we go. Oh, don't I have my little mug on this? Okay. Hang on one second. I was supposed to have Doom, and then this one here. I'm going to do this. No, I guess it doesn't have my little mug on that one because of the type of camera I'm using. That's okay, though. That's fine. That worked pretty, that did work. That worked a whole lot better. That actually slid in there a little easier than I thought it would. Okay, so let's get all 4 of these done. Oh, the gearbox is not the gears. Huh? Hello from Las Vegas. You Upsala, wouldn't see, how do I say that? The Ranch Kid's here. Hello, Ranch Kid and Papa Way. And upcycled. Okay, upcycled. Helps if I can read. Did I clean them? No, I didn't, because these look really clean and they turn really well. I don't think these needed cleaning. I mean, it suggests to possibly clean them because of the anything that might have gotten in there, but they look very, very clean to me, so I didn't bother. Now I just got to pop that out like so. And we'll pop the next one in. Ooh, that's hard on the little thinners. Don't think he wanted, no, I didn't. Last time I said I didn't want to clean them. They're moving smoothly, and I don't see any reason to. They are, a matter of fact, they are very, will this thing zoom in that far? It should. This is a, but they're very clean inside, as you can see. There's no debris, there's no nothing. So, and the second one here, see if this slides in as easy as that first one did. I need a little brighter. I should turn the aperture up on that camera, but I think you can still see this. Oh, am I hitting the hole? Okay, this one, this has got a little bit of it's got a little bit of, looks like it's got a little bit of excess filament inside here from the print. Let me just, there we are. Just line this up precise. The other one, once it went, it went. This one doesn't want to go too easy. You cleaned it, but nothing flushed out. Yeah, these just look very clean. Let me try a different one on this one. Now there's a tiny, tiny little bit of residue in here in the actual printed part. Let's try this and see if I can get this in. The first one went very well. Maybe that was just, there we are. Okay, there's the second one in. Okay. Ooh. My hands are freezing tonight. It's freezing down here because we're in a deep freeze out here till the middle of next week, and everything is just so cold and hard to maneuver. It's been hard to get warm all week. And let's go. And my microphones are fully charged this time. There's that one in. Yeah, these are going in much easier than the ones that I had printed. Yeah, my hands and everything is cold all the time, and it's really tough to work with cold hands. There we go. And one more here. There we go. Okay. Let's get this last one going. And straight on. This one was the tough one. Oh, come on. So I downloaded some music I was going to play on the stream while I'm working. I just haven't had a chance to load it yet. It's actually music, and I'm hoping it doesn't cause any copyright strikes on the channel because it's music from Adobe, from the Adobe library, and it says royalty-free music. Now that means nothing apparently these days. This one's being a little more difficult. I'm going to have to bear with me while I get this one to go. There's always one bad apple in the bunch, right? Okay, that is lined up. This one's being very difficult. 65 Fahrenheit. Nice, Jerry. And I saw in an earlier comment you wanted a little bit of snow. Richard McLean, hello. You can take some of our snow. We don't have a ton of snow here. Apparently Ontario is getting blasted with snow. But, okay, this is being... I don't know why this one is not going in as easy as the other ones, but... Huh. Let's switch to... this one I'm having a little difficulty with. I don't want to drill this out, obviously, because it's not a round hole, but I'm going to run a smaller drill through just to see if there's anything impeding that edge. Here, let me zoom this one in a little bit more for you. Well, that is zoomed in all the way. I think I can go a little further in for you. There we are. Don't see anything in here that could be stopping it from going. Okay, let's give it another shot here. It's a little grainy when I zoom in that far. Must be doing digital zoom on that camera from that point in. Okay, let's... This is... Ay, ay, ay. This is just not being cooperative. Yeah, in Toronto, you're getting a ton of snow. Yeah, that's what I heard. That sucks, man. Because you guys get storms. You guys, I grew up there, so I know about the heavy snowstorms you can get. Okay, this is... I am not giving in. This needs to get done. I don't want this to take the whole freaking stream, though. So let's see if I can get that flat on the table. Get this in here. I do not want to hammer it, but I do want to give it a little bit of a nudge to start. So what can I use that's not going to really... I don't want to damage the little motor. But there's something, I think there's something just not letting this. Okay, let me try one more thing here. Where's my little... I have a little right here. Let me just take this little knife and see if there's something in here causing, like, it almost looks like there's some plastic bending in here. But it doesn't look any different than the other ones did, and they all went in fine. Okay, let's try again. And the shaft itself looks fine. Okay. Oh, sharp object alert. No kidding, right? That should be going in. It is straight. Okay, let's get a little bit more brute forcey here. Okay, that started. But I'm afraid that if I don't want to, let's just see. Let's kind of do what we did last week with the channel locks, but just very gently. Okay. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, and then I just got to get that down just a little further. There we go. Okay, there we got it. Oops. Oh, that's a little grainy. There we go. that got on there fine, and it feels like it didn't affect the motor at all. Okay, there we go. Just one of those difficult ones. And there it is, and seems to be just fine. Okay, there we go. Finally. Whew. That was a lot of work. Put the gear flat on the table and push the motor down into it. Oh, that would have been a way to do it too. Canuck Labs. I'm streaming tonight. Hope the internet holds. Yes. Hopefully the internet holds. Especially with the weather. I think you're down east, right? Okay, we'll put that tool away. Okay. Let's get back over to the display here. Okay. And here's where we're at. So we finished this portion here. Now we're going to start building the Neopixel installation. And I believe this did come with Neopixel. So we're looking for light box for them, LED retainer for them, LED diffuser for them, and RGB harness. Before installing your LEDs, ensure your wiring harness is the correct length. Press the diffuser into the light box, orient the Neopixel and the LED retainer. So we're going to press the light box in, orient the LED in the retainer, and then we push the retainer into the holder, and then we get back to the motors. Okay, so let's go ahead and find these parts. I believe, now the LEDs should be in my electronics box. Radioactive Scale RC, hello. About 5 hours from Michigan. Ah, okay. Did we get LED? Yes, we did. They're right here. Okay. So there's one LED here, 2, 3, where did right there, 3, and numero 4 right here. There we go. Okay. Those go there. Now, parts we're looking for, if I'm not mistaken, there's 1, 2. Here, let's just do this. It's these 2 here. We have the 4 LEDs here. There's 3. There is 4. Now the little retainers. There's 1. These parts are so small. Hey, Petty Ruxman. Hello, hello. Hey, Brent Ferguson, Box Turtle Go Brr. It is very cold here. Like, I am wearing a sweater, and I can't foresee having to need to take this sweater off. 3. And last, 4. There's the 4 of those that we need. We don't need you. What are you doing in there? Okay, and I think that's the only parts we need at this. Oh, and the clear pieces, which I did out of Clear Pet G. There's 1. And drop something. That's going to come in handy later. 2 more. 3 and 4. There we go. I think that's all the pieces we need for this. For now. Okay. So we're going to pop in the retainer, this little diffuser. So I'm going to assume that's going to go in only one way, and that is going to go in this way. And that just sits in there. It looks like it's not, there's no, that print is not the best on the front there. It was really tiny, but that's okay. So that goes in there. And number 2, like so. 3rd one. Like so. And 4. Oh, it goes in either way. It's kind of an ambidextrous type thing. There we go, an ambidextrous type thing. Listen to me. Aha. These are all the same length. Okay. Interesting little LEDs. They have two wires on the ends here. I guess one's going to plug into the other. They're going to be like daisy chained, I suppose. Okay, so this goes in like so. Is this the right? Yeah, it's the right one. Is that going to snap in like that? I'm just going to have a quick closer up look at this thing here and see. Oh, I see. So the wires are going to go in underneath. Oh, I get the LED going the wrong way. That's why. Or do I? Hang on a sec. Let's look at that. Let's zoom in on that a little bit here. So we're looking at this here. So the wires are going to come in from underneath. Oh, okay, I get it. So we're looking at this part here. Okay, so let's go back to the overhead. So it looks like the wires come in. Looks like it comes up like this. Oh, no, it looks like this goes down. What? This goes down through here. No, I guess that is the way right there. Okay, oh, right like that. Okay, I just had it upside down or something. It's just not sitting in there perfectly flat. There we go. Sort of like that. And then if I go to the next screen, that just kind of plugs in. So there's what we're looking at. So if we go to this one, that just kind of plugs in. Wires coming out to the left on that one. Okay. So this would come in here, and this would snap like, hang on a minute here. Why am I confused on this? Oh, okay, like this. This goes in like this. The wires come out to the left. Tricky, tricky. Hey, Marcel. Okay. And that snaps in. There we go. And that just snaps in like that. There we are. Okay, got that. So that just snapped into place with the wires coming straight up. And then on the front, you've got your diffuser and your LED is in behind it. Okay, well, first one done. The next three should be pretty simple. I say should be. Like so. And come on, snap in. Snap into place. Or do I have to pull that back side in first? Let's see. There we go, and there. Okay. Hear that nice little snap, crackle, pop, and it puts it in place. There's number 2. Don't forget, guys, if you're just getting here, go ahead and enter the Polymaker draw. The link to the form is pinned to the top of the chat, or you can go, it's in the description of the video. 1 entry per person. It will only let you enter once now. I've fixed that flaw. Like I said I would. There we go. Okay. Like so. And snap. Snap, crackle, pop. LED. Okay, no singing, I promise. Never say it should be simple. You're going to jinx yourself. I know. Tell me about it. This one's going to be real simple because it's the fourth one, right? And I've had lots of practice. Ha! There we go. There we go. See, as I said, very simple. Look at that. Okay, we have all the LEDs in place on these. Yay! Okay, what's next? Never say, yeah, I know. Okay, display. So we have completed this part here. Okay, now motor N20 motor installation. Slide the N20 motor into the groove on the motor mount. Make sure the wires are facing up when the motor is in place. Note, we recommend you lube the gearbox of the N20 motor. Super lube is a good option, but other lubricants fine, or so long as they're safe around the plastic parts. Now, I'm assuming the lubricant they gave us is going to work. Well, that's grease they gave us, which should be fine. Please ensure that there are no debris from the manufacturing process in the N20 gearbox before you lubricate it. You may want to flush it. So we've already discussed that. So let's zoom in here a little bit. So we'll lube in the gearbox here a little bit. So we're going to push this in to the motor mount. And we're going to go in this orientation right here. And I believe everything else should be in place in that motor mount. Okay. So the motor mounts are right here. So we can pop these other portions off of these motor mounts. Don't forget to like. Exactly, guys. Come on, if you're watching, you got to like it. What's not to like about this? Hey, I even have a blue basketball in behind me here. Oh, fresh off the press. The Shrimp Father, a.k.a. Martin. Hello, hello. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Motor mount. Let's lube the gears. Let's lube the gears a little bit here. So let's go ahead and lube these just a little bit with the gear grease that we have. Okay, so we'll just put a dab over here, and then we'll run this through. There we go. And a little dab in here. There we go, and run this through. Okay, we'll just do that on all four of these. There, and over here, without overdoing it. A little bit too much in there. Let's just grab that out. There we go. Okay. Haven't printed your first basketball. I've done 3 now. So these two, I'll show you later. These two here, the orange one was printed at 0.4. The blue one was printed at 0.6. The blue one's actually my 3rd one. I've done another orange one, which is at my other office, which was done in 0.6. And there is a little bit of a difference in the bounce in the 0.4 and 0.6. I can't exactly put my finger on why, but it did make a tiny little bit of a difference in the bounce, as it said it would on the BQ instructions for printing the balls. But I thought I'd like to maybe print some blue balls too, so just to see. And there we go. We have grease on those. Greetings all. Hey, Dan, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, sir. Oh, man, I'm cold. I may have to plug in the heat gun later and warm up my fingers. Okay, so we're going to take this. The orientation, it goes this way. And the motor slides in. I'm just looking, I'll just show you guys for you just here. So we're going to look at this. The motor slides in there. There's a little groove in the plastic right there where the motor slides in. And it looks like it just fits in there. We want the wires to go up, facing up when the motor is in place. Okay, so we have this here. Wires are facing up. Okay, and basically the way these wires got welded together, you can kind of see that they're pointing up in an upward direction, so I'm not going to bend them back and make, I don't want to put any undue stress on these wires. So we'll just do what they say. Pointing up in that little slot, and that should slide in here nicely, like so. So that just clipped in. Hard to see, but I just slid down into that and just clipped in right to the bottom there, like so. Boy, this camera gives such accurate colors. This is a Canon N50 camera. It gives really, really nice color, good accurate focus on this. So okay, I'm not sponsoring a camera, so it's okay. Okay, now we'll do the second one. Same thing. Like so. Okay. Number 3. I'm jealous of all those people that have this thing printing already, but I'm only doing it during live streams. So, oh, this one's a little snugger. There we go. Number 3, and last and least, number 4. There we go. There we go. Okay, those 4 are in. Okay. So this part's done. Okay, now we are going to screw in that other screwy piece. Gearbox cover, fold the wires over the top of the motor. As shown in the attached using supplied zip tie mounts, make sure zip tie is tight and the tab is cut flush with the connector. Slide the gearbox cover into place and secure with N3x10 socket head cap screws. Okay, so we're going to actually put zip ties in there, and then we're going to do that and that and that. Okay, cool. Zip ties, that and that and that. Let's see. Steve Bill just got his working on the software today. He hasn't gotten his printing yet either. Yeah, it takes a while. He does longer streams than me too, and so he's probably able to get them printed a little quicker. So let's see, what color zip ties should I use with this? Let's just use the blue zip ties to match my blue parts. I don't think there's any set color zip tie to use. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just use blue to match the blue parts. Okay. So we want these wires undone. Okay. Already done the one. Five hours today. Holy cow. I can't stream that long. I just don't have the time to do long streams like that. But yeah, that's okay. It just means mine's going to be a week or two behind them guys. Mind you, he's probably much better at the software than I am. Okay, so we want these. So we got to insert some zip ties here. And another second zip tie here. Our ATS turned off. Huh? What? What are you talking about? Wait, what? You're having your own conversation there. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, we'll take that up there. We'll take that up there. Where did they have these oriented on the other side or this side? No, they had them oriented on that side, which is fine. Okay. So then they had the wires running down this way. Zip tie through here. Okay, so let's check. So running over the top of the motor, over the top, down the side. We'll tighten this zip tie, like so. And then we'll tighten this zip tie. Nice and tight, like so. So we have that just like that. And then we'll cut these off flush. Oh, that one's not very tight. There we go. Still not very tight. Like so. Okay, so we have these guys. Oops. Just like so. Okay. Hello, Canuck Labs. Again, I think this one I'm going to go through this way. I think I was meant to go through this way. I think this is the way they show in the picture, but that's, I don't think it really matters. But then again, I've been bitten by not following instructions before. So wrap that around the top, come down the side, get these started. There we go. And yeah, that's more the way they show it pictured, like this. Although I don't think it really matters as long as they're secured. Somewhere in my chest of tools, I have one of those zip tie tightener things that actually use to snug the zip ties down really snug. Don't know if I need it. This seems to be working just fine right here. It's always nice to have tools for everything. Guess what Voron you're building? You are building a Voron 4.2. With IDEX or a tool changer. I don't know. That's just my guess because you said guess. So I'm guessing. Or you're probably talking to everybody else, not me. Haha. 2.4. Did I say 4.2? I meant 2.4. There's no such thing as a 4.2. Honestly, I meant 2.4. 4.2. What do I know that nobody else knows if there's a 4.2 out? Okay. That one's done. Oh, they didn't tighten up very well, though. That's... Oh, well, they should still be okay. They're hard to tighten super tight when you're dealing with little locations like this. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. By the time I build it, by the time you build one, it'll be a 4.2. I don't know what I was thinking. There is no such thing as a 4.2 that I know of. You're waiting for the 4.2.0. You know, eventually, I'm sure it'll be there. Okay. That's as tight as I can get those zip ties to go. They still feel like they wobble a bit, but that's it. Okay. Now we need these parts here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we need M3 by 10s, which I believe are these ones right here. I designed really quick and printed myself some little trays to hold my screws in. I saw Steve had some. There's tons of them on Maker World and all that, but I just quickly whipped up my own design and made my own little trays for putting my own little tools in. Or my own little screws. Okay, so we take this, we take the side with the motor like this, and we screw this. Hang on. Oh, that covers, oh, I see there's a little slot there that covers the motor. Look at that. Just like that. Okay, here, let's use this other view. There we are. So let's grab my 10mm. And then this goes in like so. There we go. I'll zoom this out a little bit. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Okay, we'll do that another 3 times. Ah, that's stopped. I gotta restart that one. I have a massive job I'm doing for a customer, well, for my customer Amazon again. 20 prototype pieces. And once the prototypes are approved, they are looking to do about 800 pieces. And guess who gets the work? Yeah. 800 pieces is going to be a great excuse to buy some printers and start myself up a little print farm. Okay. Like the AMS Lite, easy assemble and affordable. The AMS Lite's nice. It is a sweet little machine. Okay. And last one. There we go. Oh, stop, stop. Alert. There we go. Okay. What is next? Hi, everybody. Did you cut yourself? Yes, I did. You probably weren't here when you saw it, but I was taking the gears off. I was taking the printed gears off of this that I'd done before, and I couldn't pull them off, so I used some side cutters, and my finger got in the way, and I took a nice hunk of skin out of my finger. So yeah, it was nasty. Wonder if there's someone who has adapted the AMS to like a Lite to an Ender 3. Oh, wow. That'd be an interesting project to see. Okay, so we've got this part done. Okay, now we're going to put some bearings. MR1 48ZZ bearings, which I have right here. And frame left, frame right times 4. Okay, that seems pretty simple. Okay, frame left, frame right times 4. Interesting. 2, those are 1, 2. 1, 2. No, that's that one. That's that one. That one is that one there, and should be one more of each here. Here we go. Like so, and then we're putting, okay. And we have our MR1 48ZZ bearings. There we go. So let's see. So these should just push straight in. Let's see how flush with the outside face of the parts. Okay, so let's go this way. That is not, they're a snug fit. Okay, let's just try and brute force. There we are. Look at that, brute force works good. There we are. Ah. Brute force. Hey, old curmudgeon, how are you, sir? A C-clamp would help a lot. Yeah, I have a vise, but that does the job too. Flat against the bench. A little bit of pounding. Well, I should put a cloth under my hand because that actually does kind of, maybe I'm just a softie, but that does kind of hurt the hand. Not quite. There we go. Okay. Clipix pliers wrench. Clipix plier. I've never heard of those. Is that the ones? No, it's not the one I have. This way works though. They're flush. So I'll wake up with a sore hand tomorrow. Ooh, they're such a tight fit. There we go. Look at that. Just like that. Ow. Oh, that's a little red. Not bad. Nothing too bad. Tomorrow is a holiday, yes. Definitely a holiday tomorrow. What just happened? There we go. Okay, next. We got those bearings in. Okay, now we are going to use an M3x8, slide the frame into, left frame into place. That's the one with the little square hole for the motor. Make sure the wires are on top of the N20 motor and don't get pinched by the frame. Secure with an M3x8, but leave it loose for the next step. Okay, fair enough. Okay, looks like that and like that. Okay, cool. Okay. Left frame is the one with the hole. And then we have this, and we want to make sure the wires are on top of the motor. Okay, and not pinched here. Let's do this. Let's do this here. So like so. And that kind of just snapped in like that. And the wires are not being pinched at all. Okay, and then an M3x8. And leave it loose for the next step. Okay, so we'll just go till it stops. And then we'll just back it off a hair. Okay, there's one. Come on, get out of from being tangled. Make sure those are flat. Okay. I had no idea some of us were on YouTube. Well, some people, yeah. And there we go, number 2. Where's my other motors? Oh, they're right in front of me. Right in front of me. Make sure that's flat. Okay, perfect. And last one right here and here. Hey, Jason FLD. And there. Okay, left them loose. Let's see what's next. Okay. Okay, add the 30 teeth gear shaft. Slide the gear 30 spacer over the long side of the 80mm shaft until it is against the 30 teeth gear. Okay. Slide the gear 30 over the longer side of the 80mm shaft, which I've done. Did that last time. Okay. Then slide shaft into the 30T, into the bearing frame in the left. If you let the screw loose on the last step, you should be able to slightly pivot the shaft and gear to mesh with the teeth of the 15 teeth gear in the N20 motor. Once it's in place, you can fully tighten the screw on the left frame. Note, make sure the bottom of the left frame is flush with the bottom of the motor body. There are index tabs to help line them up, but there is still some play in the fit. So they're saying to make sure that these bottom is all lined up in here where the flush tabs are. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So these are the ones we're talking about here. This should go into here like so, through the bearing, through the bearing. That is a tight fit through that bearing. Let's see. Wow, that is tight. Let's try another one. That doesn't seem to want to go through the bearing. Did you guys that have built this, did you find that this was tight going into this bearing? I don't want to break or wreck the bearing. Let me see if I can push it from the top down. I did use the right bearing. That is very tight. That does not want to go into that bearing inside. You think the others that got the LDO kit, it was not this tight? Nothing to do with my inserting the bearings because they all went in fine. No damage. Those are... No, that pushed the bearing right out. Okay, well, let's have a look. So there's the bearing. And there's the rod. That is not going to go. You're fine in the LDO kit. That should not... That is... I shouldn't have to hammer that into the bearing, should I? Oh, that won't come off easy. Unless these need a little bit of sanding on the end. I can't see that though. Neither end. They're very clean in the ends here. You got a lucky batch, I bet. Okay, that went on that end. Okay, and this end. I wonder if I just need to maybe sand, take some paper. Let's try all 4 of them just to see. See if it's just that one that needs. Okay, that one went in, so let's see if this will go in here. No, it's pushing the bearing out. No, there it is. But it pushed the bearing out some. Gotta get this bearing back in. Okay. See if I can get this to go. These are just really tight. There we go. This one's in. Let me loosen this screw off a little bit more. See if I can get that to mesh with the thread. There we go. There we go. That one's in, so let's make sure these bottom parts line up like so, and we'll tighten this one up. We're just going to have to work with them. I may have to take a little bit of grit paper, sandpaper, whatever. There we go. And that's lined up. That's perfectly aligned. Yeah, I could put a little bit of lube on it and see if that helps. That seems to work good right there. Okay, so we got one done. Okay, let's grab another one at random. This guy here. And we'll just grab this one here. Yeah, there's got to be something on the end of these. Let me find, let me see if I can find something to sand those down a bit. There might be nothing I can see, but you never know. I don't know if I have any sandpaper here. Oh. When I hammered the plastic gears, you flared out the ends a bit. No, these are the nylon gears. Or on, oh, these. Oh, I see what you mean when I hammered. I see what you're saying, yeah. That's possible. It would have, yeah. Just going to see if I have any. I thought I had some. I know I had some sandpaper from the Voron builds, but what I've done with it is another. But I do have, let me just really quickly here check. Where did I put those little tiny? I have some very, very fine files. But first thing I'm going to try is some lube. Look in the junk drawer in the kitchen. I'm just going to try a little bit of lube here first. Just because you never know. Okay, let's just see. This one's really loose. Oh no, it's not really loose. Oh, I see, it's the whole. Okay. What about this way? How about this end? Yeah, it might just be that and you know, it doesn't have to flare out much. It doesn't feel like it's flared out though. Hmm. The one went in fine. Yeah, I got to find some paper, something to sand these. Shouldn't take any force to slide them in. No, it shouldn't. I know. The one went in okay. I know I have some emery cloth or something like that, but man, where it is, I don't know. Let me just try. A brass brush just to clean those ends, just to see. Hmm. Emery board for her nails. Oh, you know what? Probably. I should go up and ask her because I think that's all that needs is just a little. Okay, let me go up and check. Don't go away. Did you use something metal? No. We basically. I don't think I metaled hammer on metal. I don't think I did. I don't remember. Hang on. Let me check one more place. Let me check one more place because I believe I do have. Just bear with me, folks. I didn't expect this to be such an issue. Okay, I'm going to check one more place. And then I'm going to go up and see if I can get a nail file. Whoops. Don't knock your camera over, Tim. I have little pieces of round sandpaper from the Voron builds. And I kept them because I thought they'll come in handy someday. But it's a matter of where I put them. I'll find them when the stream's done. And they're not in here. Nope. Okay, well, I'm going to check one more thing. I'm going to run upstairs. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to actually keep the mic on live while I go up. So we'll see. Jerry's probably right. I'll check the junk drawer and it'll be there. So let's just see what I can find up here. Okay, I'm going to check this drawer. You don't happen to have an emery board for doing your nails, do you? No. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to go outside, guys. I'm going to find some sandpaper. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. I know I have sandpaper in the garage. It's just going to be a 2-minute venture outside. I don't even know if you can still hear me down there. But I don't like going out here because it is freezing. Oh, oh, you're probably going to lose me. Oh, it's freaking. Stop. Coming back in. Brr. I guess I should have put a coat on, but it's just a quick trip. Okay. Whew, I'm back in the house. Huh? You don't think they heard? Oh, okay. Okay. Coming back down. Whew. Okay. And here we come. Oh, that was cold. Okay. I have sandpaper. I went out into the cold, and boy, was it cold. Oh, we're like minus 24 right now. Okay, let me cut a piece of this, and we should be able to get these things working. Okay. Oh. Plastic enclosure is squishing the bearing. Oh, well, I don't know, because there's one of the bearings right here, and that won't go on. That will not go on. So I'm just going to minus 44 in Saskatchewan. Is that with the wind chill or without? Okay, there we go. Let's see if that was, there was just a little burr or something on there. Still doesn't want to go. Get rid of that piece of plastic. I can't imagine the plastic would squish the, oh, although it might, you know. With the wind, with wind chill, yeah. We had a minus 44 wind chill this morning. Chuck it up. Chuck it up in my drill. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't want to go. I'm going to try that. Oh, I'm going to try that. Let me grab my drill. That'll help it. Let's just see. That has got to be clean and smooth. There we go. There we go. That did it. Okay. Let's mesh the gears now. Oh. Okay, I'm just got to warm up the bones. Just going outside that short time makes things really cold. Oops, I got to put that plastic piece back in. Shoot, spacer. Yeah, Trevor, as you said, spacer back in. Yeah, I just thought of that. There we go. And that's in all the way. Perfect. Bottom is snug. It's oh, something's not lining up here. Hold on one sec. I got to pull this right off again. Oh, I think I just because my hands are cold. Pull this back out. Okay. That looks like it should be fine. There's nothing binding here. Okay. Okay. Go make a snow angel. Yeah. Oh, is this not threading? Like something's not threading properly here. Is that? Oh, you know what? It's because I got a 10 millimeter. Dang. It's supposed to be an 8 millimeter screw. I put a 10 millimeter in. Oh, yeah. It was bottoming out. Okay. We should be fine now. Let's loosen this up. Mesh these gears. There we go. Flush and snug. There we go. Number 2. Done. Okay. So we're going to have to give this one a clean up. Okay. It's a little tight yet. Da-da-ba-ba. Thank you, Jerry. There we go. Just needs a little bit of cleanup. Probably you're right, whoever said it, from smashing it in with the, oh, spacer. From when I put the gear on, the 30-tooth gear. There we go. Perfect. So these other ones, make sure. Yep, and this one. Oh. Yep, okay. Last one. I got to put this bearing back in. Where did I put that bearing that I popped out? I had a bearing right here. I lost my bearings. Well, I'm probably, hopefully, well, there's going to be a spare part. Why don't I just steal another bearing here? It'll show up. Don't think I dropped it. So we're going to pop this bearing back in. There we go. And this one's going to need some cleanup too, most likely. Yeah, a little bit of cleanup required on this guy too. Under the LED. Oh, right there. Ah, perfect. Thank you. We'll put that in here. Glad you saw it. Okay. And this is a 180 grit paper I'm using. So it's not like it's taking a whole bunch off. Okay, spacer. And let's see if this goes in. Please go in. There we are. Good. Awesome. It worked. There we go. And we're lined up. And we'll tighten up. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. So there we go. Working good. Okay. My hands are warm now. Oh, check the other side of the rods. I think they were going to be fine. It's a good point, though. I believe the other sides were fine. Oh, well, hang on. That one. Oh, yeah, that went on. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll just double check. Yep. Yep. And I think this one will be fine too. So it might have been from the hammering them on that it just put a little bit of flare on the end of those rods. Seems that way. Okay. Okay. Oh man, that carpal tunnel is really taking the best of me. Okay, so we did this. Now we are going to slide the frame right over the shaft as shown. While it's still loose, run the wires for the LED for the run the wires for the light box LED through the supply channel. Right there. As you close it up, make sure the wires move freely and nothing is pinched. Secure using M3x8 socket head cap screw. Just like the previous step, make sure the bottom is flush with the main body. Okay, so I see where we're doing. We're running the wires out the back. We're securing with an M3x8 and we're putting the other side on. Okay, should be pretty simple. So we are going to take a side body. I'm going to take an LED. Okay, and we're going to run the LED wires down through the channel. Like so. Hang on, let me use the overhead. Down through the channel like so with this on here because that's going to be clipping into there. And we're flush with the bottom on here and we're going to run this through here. Keeping that LED in the keeping that LED wire in the channel. So they're not pinched, and we're going to slide that on like so. There we are. And we're going to secure it with an M3/8 screw through here. Need to change the print behind you. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I got to get that other print going. Okay, so we got that done, and then that is going to obviously clip in here somehow. It's going to clip up there, and that's going to probably, I don't want to do that too early. Well, let me check the next step real quick. Because if that's the next step, then I can make sure your shaft rotates smoothly with no binding in the gears before you continue. Okay, we're not quite going to snap that on yet. Okay, fair enough. So we will just leave this as it is and not snap it in yet. I was just about to snap it on, and I thought, I better check. As Jerry said, let's go ahead and just switch this print over here real quick, and I'll just switch over here because I got to get 20 of these done within the next couple days. I'll just take that off. Get rid of this little bit of mouse here that we put on here. Get rid of this, and we'll hit reprint and print. There we go. Perfect. Thanks for the reminder there, Jerry. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to here. Grab an LED, grab a part, grab a right cover, run the LEDs down the channel, through the hole, down the channel. There we go. Okay, and an M3x8 to secure it. Making sure the bottom parts are flat. And they are perfectly flat. Like so. That's got lots of wiggle room. Awesome. Okay. Okay. They give you a really nice wide channel there for the wires too. It's not like you have to force them in there and it just fits. There's a nice wide channel down there, so it allows lots of wiggle room. Main thing is just to make sure they're not pinched at the bottom here. And that one is snagging on something. There we go. There. And the bottom is nice and flat. And we'll secure with an M3x8. We are 6:29. Wow, it's almost time to do the draw. 53 people watching the stream. If you haven't, get ready. We are going to, in any moment, we're going to do the draw for the Polymaker Filament. $35 gift card on polymaker.com or polymaker.ca. I'm not sure how that resonates with polymaker.ca. I don't know. It's 35 US, I believe. Might just be 35 Canadian. But anyways, go ahead, enter. There's a link at the top of the chat, pinned to the top of the chat, and it's also in the description. Go ahead and fill out that form. We have, so far, there are 33 entries, 54 people watching. Go ahead and enter that form, 35 US dollars. Okay, hey, that goes a long way in Canada too. So go ahead and enter that if you haven't already. And as soon as we put this last piece together, we will go ahead and do that Polymaker draw. So you've got maybe 3-4 minutes. Okay, go ahead and do that. Last warning. Dum, 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 dum. And duplicate entries will not be allowed because I have figured out how to turn that on now. So we will close the contest when I'm done building this particular part. And then we'll continue on until around 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30-ish. Tomorrow's a holiday, so I don't have to get up early tomorrow. There we go. And we got the bottom part flat here. Listen to that A1 rumble. Okay. Thank you so much, Polymaker, for making this draw possible each and every one of my streams. I sincerely appreciate it. And thank you, while I'm thanking people, thank you, LDO Motors, for sending this box turtle kit for me to build live on stream. And there we go. We have play there, and this is done. And you know what that means? You know what that means. That goes through there and straight through there. And that means that it is draw time. Ha-ha! Donations and super chat always welcome. Absolutely. Thank you, Jerry. That is so true. That is so true. That camera right there. So true. I could look into this one, but I'd get a kink in my neck. Okay, so let's see. We have 33 entries since I warned everybody to spend 39 entries. So 6 more people entered. Off Axis 99 supers. Thank you so much, Off Axis. I appreciate that. And for that, you get a super chat. One of those. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Draw time, let you get your crayons. Just filled in under the wire. Good for you, old curmudgeon. I'm going to give everybody that's just on that hasn't filled it out, because we do have 56 people on, 39 entries. So it shows we're about 49, 56. Oh, 17 people shy of entering. Well, there may be shy people that don't want to enter. There's some people that don't qualify that won't enter. I know that. So Richard McLean wants soup and Off Axis wants soup. I'll tell you what, go to the grocery store. There's a brand called Campbell's. They make really good soup. Well, although they're high in sodium, so just be careful of that. So, and James L wants soup as well. I do have a soup bowl. Okay. We're going to do a countdown here. I'm going to close the forum in about 30 seconds. Let's see if anybody else has entered. Let's do a refresh here. We had 39. We now have 41 entries. So you guys are still entering. With that cold, you want soup as well. Absolutely. You've got it, Will. Fill the soup for our friend Tim, please, everyone. Yes, fill the soup. I need soup. Preferably cream of chicken soup or clam chowder soup is good. Richard McLean, $10. Thank you so much, sir. $10 for soup. I appreciate that. And you get your super chat. There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys are so kind. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to close the draw, and it's 6:33. When it hits 6:34, we're going to close the draw. Then we're going to continue on with the next couple steps. See how we do. Cream of mushroom to go in. Oh man, cream of mushroom. I can't. I don't do mushrooms. Ugh. I can't do mushrooms. Although there are some. Sorry, I just realized my mic was there, and I probably just boom, boom, boomed a bunch of people. Okay, let's do a refresh again. We have about 30 seconds left. There are 41 entries. Let me open my spreadsheet to get it ready. Because actually I have to do a spreadsheet for this. Where's my Excel spreadsheet? Excel, there we are. Excel 103. Probably don't stroganoff them then. Probably don't like stroganoff. Not, well, beef stroganoff, yeah, I suppose so. If it's got a cream, mushroom, some mushroom-based creams I don't mind, because you don't taste the strong of mushrooms. Lucid Fox, hello, hello. Okay, we got about 30 seconds left, if that, for the draw. I'm just going to refresh it once more. And there are 42 entries. I'm going to go in. It's going to take me about 30 seconds to close the draw. So within the next 30 seconds, if you get into the draw, you do. If you don't, you're going to get a message that the draw is closed. I apologize, but I have given lots of warning. And 42 entries. I'm going in. I'm going to say close the draw in 5, 4, 3, 2. Draw is closed. Okie doke. I'm going to go grab the entries, and we're going to populate the wheel. Dum, dum, dum. I'm going to select every entry. I'm going to download as an Excel. And we're going to populate the wheel. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere, but I can't see the chat for a second because, you know, it is what it is. I got to go get the list. Here we go. I'm going to select all of these entries. Look at all these names. Look at that. 43 of you. I'm going to copy. There we go. Why did that happen? Where is my window? There's my window. Hey, Tim. Hey, Jack Black. Let's talk about you. Well, you can't see me. Ah, I can read back through the chat. Behave. Okay. Here we go. We're going to switch over to here. We got the wheel. I'm going to go here and I'm going to paste in all of the entries. There we are. There's everybody that's entered. Everybody that's entered. Now, what I need from you guys, wheel of plastic. Yes, okay, this is for a roll of Polymaker Filament or a $35 US Polymaker gift certificate. To buy something, you can put it towards a poly dryer if you like. You can put it towards anything on the Polymaker site. Okay, so congrats to the winner. Here we go. So give me a number between 1 and 5. The fourth one I'm going to take, and that's how many times we're going to mix the wheel up. A number between 1 and 5. I'm going to take the fourth person to type it. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth one is 5. Number 5. Okay. We're going to mix it up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And good luck to everybody. Here we go. And the lucky winner for today is going to be... If you've won within the last 4 weeks, we cannot accept you again, but it's going to be very rare that it will. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go. Francois Nougère. I hope I say that right. Francois Nougère. Are you in chat? You got to be here to claim it. Francois. C-O-I-S. Francois Nougère. N-O-U-G-I-E-R. Francois, are you in chat? That was so close. That was right on the line. Hello, anybody there? Is the chat frozen? What's going on? Run chat. Francois Nougère, are you there? You must say something in order to claim your prize. Now, we will put a timer on this. I'm going to set a timer on my phone. Francois Nougère. You identify as Francois. Hey, Siri. Oh, come on. Siri's not even working. Francois Nougère, are you here? Okay, we're going to go 30 more seconds. Last call for Francois Nougère. Nougère. Saying last name fast is suspicious. Now, it might have been somebody that entered twice under an anonymous name, but it's got to be your YouTube name. And if I don't see anybody, I haven't seen that person in chat. Okay, and going to go 10 seconds. Francois Nougère, you have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, you've lost. You have to be here, and you just waited too long. So we're off, and we're going to spin it again. I'm going to mix the wheel up 5 times, and we're going to spin again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good luck to everybody. Here we go. Here we go. Let's take his name off my list. There we go. And the winner is now. Dun, 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 dun. It looks like it's going to be Papa Way. Papa Way. Are you here, Papa Way? Congratulations, Papa Way, but you've got to be here. Papa Way, you have about 60 seconds to say something. Even though I gave Francois Nougère. French for Polar Ted. Papa Way is here. Congratulations, Papa Way. You have won yourself a $35 gift card for Polymaker. I will be a hold of you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a holiday, so don't panic if I don't get you tomorrow, but I'll be a hold of you tomorrow or Tuesday. It's a holiday here tomorrow, so I won't be at my office. I will be sending you a link and a code to claim your Polymaker win. Congratulations. Your name is down here, and you have won. Congratulations. That's awesome. Okay, now that that's out of the way, man, I wish I should spin it again and say who would have come in second had Pop away not been here. Parts printing now to play catch up on your build. Oh, cool, Sir McSquishy. That's awesome. We have 60 people on here now. Hopefully we have that many likes. That would be great. Okay, that draw is closed. If anybody tries to get in and close, enter the draw again, it will be closed, and that's just the way it works. So let's move on with the stream. We're going to go for about another, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes or something. So let's go ahead and see what is next in the build process. What is the holiday in Canada? It's Heritage Day. Well, it's February. Theoretically, it's Family Day, I believe they call it. Each province in Canada has a different name for the holiday tomorrow. Honestly, I think it's that somebody took pity on us because February is it's the worst month of the year in the winter. It's the most depressing month. It's the most snow month. It's the coldest month. So they gave us a day off, and here it's called Family Day. I don't know what it's called in Quebec. I don't know what it's called in Ontario. I don't even know if Quebec gets that off because they have different rules than the rest of the country. So it's hard to say. But yeah, Family Day here in Alberta. Okay. So here we go. We've done this portion. Now we're going to go on here and sanity check. Okay. So we're going to make sure that all the motors rotate. And this seems to rotate. This seems to rotate just fine. Okay, we'll try this one. Oops, there's a little what's binding here? Something's binding here. Okay, so that one we got to look at. This one, something's binding there. Okay, there's something going on in these three motors. Okay, this one seems to be fine. That one seems fine. Let's go ahead and look and see what's going on with these three. These are not rotating smoothly like they should. Okay, so let's first of all take off the side that we just put on and have a look and see what's going on. Sounds crunchy. It does. They sound a little bit crunchy. Too crunchy for my liking. So let's look. Okay, that's working fine now. That's fine with the cover off. So let's put the cover on without the LED. Something rubbing here. Okay, without the LED, that cover on, this turns fine. Okay, let's put the cover on. And then, no, something is binding in the cover. Okay, let's figure out what's going on here. Is this not through far enough to the other side? We put these on exactly as specified. Okay. I wonder, oh, I think I see what's going on. Okay, so this may be the culprit right here. So if I switch over to this guy and over to this camera here, if you look in on the top right there, that little overhang right there, see how it's got a little bit of crap right there? I bet that's where that gear is binding. Right there. So let's go ahead and clean that out and see if that's the issue. Where's my knife? In my pocket. Let's clean that little bit of mess out here. Because these did print in this orientation as opposed to laying flat or anything. They printed in this orientation here, which would make sense that that little overhang had those little strings hanging on it. Okay, let's just, I mean, there weren't much, but that could be the cause to it. So let's just see. It's better, but it's still rubbing. It's better, but it's still rubbing. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean a little bit more of that out of here somehow. Let's go ahead and slide the knife under. Take this. We may have to take one layer of strings off here. I don't want to thin that out too bad. There we go. I'm not worried about what it looks like because it's inside. It won't be seen. That's okay. Maybe take a little piece of that sandpaper I have and just sort of go over inside. Heat up a spoon and press. Yeah. A little bit of sandpaper in there. And then one little piece of plastic hanging there. There we go. Okay, let's give that a shot. Much better, but I'm still hearing a little bit of rubbing. Now I wonder, oh, it wouldn't matter on the other side. There's nothing touching it. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit more. Oh, you know what? You know what? Hang on. I have, might be out of the Dremel, might bust out the Dremel sander when you build mine for sure. Yeah, this, but this I have. I wonder if this, one of these little tools will work. Let's just see. No, they're too big to fit in there. That's too big. And then this little guy. Oh, that little guy might work. Let's pull this out of here. Let's put this thing in here. I doubt it, but this little guy might just. There we go. It's just this little tool that's part of that deburring kit. For deburring holes, yeah, but if it works, it works. Yeah, it's just, all it's got to do is just that little side here. There we go, and it is actually slicing a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's see, let's try that. I'm still feeling a little bit, and I just got to try and find out where it's coming from. I think it's coming from the back side. I think it's coming from this side right over here. Doesn't make, I feel a little bump there. And it doesn't take much. It's that little bump right there. I guess the other option is to, if you're doing this, the other option is to print this part, but put supports in there, I suppose, so you don't get that little bit of overhang drool. That's what she said. Heat the tool. I think that, I mean, it should be clear now. Let's just see. I don't want to stretch. I mean, it's much better, but I can still hear. Actually, I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Okay. That one I think is good. So let's find my LED and put that back together. Where did my LED for this one go? Probably right in front of me somewhere. Where did I put the LED? Right here, right in front of me. Yo, idiot. Yo, idiot. There we go, and we'll screw this back in. Won't even bother looking for the screw. I have tons of these. I'm a 3x8, so it's right on the tip of the screwdriver. That's funny. It's on the tip of the screwdriver. Lithium grease. Let's see what that does. Oh, no, when I tighten it now, starts binding again when I tighten that closed. It's still binding. So there's something definitely happening in here. And it's going to be happening in all the other three. It's only the one that worked out okay. So what is binding in here? That bearing is not pushed in too far. That one is in the right distance with the spacer. Why is that binding? What is going on in here? See, I'm glad it warned you to, sanity check and see, because you don't want to deal with this after it's all assembled. Were there any little blobs on the gear teeth? No, the gear teeth are actually quite clean. If you take a quick peek, you can see that the teeth in the gears are actually very clean. So let's just see one more time here. So even before I put the LED back in, if I push that on, it's almost like something's not lined up properly. And so let's just tighten this back on just to see. So if we tighten this, I know that the LED wire is not in there. See, that's better. That's much better. So there's obviously something in there that was rubbing on it. I just need to clean that out a bit better. Okay, that's much better. Okay. Oh, I'll figure it out. Yes, I will. Sergio, I always do. I would have panicked like 3 years ago and said, I can't do this. But we're okay now. Okay, so let's put these LED wires back in this way. Let's run this closed like so. Okay, still sounds good. M3 by 8 right here. I think it's just a matter of cleaning that little slot out where that goes. Make sure that we're flat on the bottom here, which we are right there. There we go. Okay, that's working much better. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Yeah, we're going to have the same issue on this one, I guarantee, with that little bit of drooping overhang. Chat and Tim, sharpie the gear and wind it long for, oh, look at that, for rub marks. That's a good idea. But this one does have, yeah, again, you can see, and I guarantee this is touching it. You can see in the top there, this has some of the overhang that's drooping just a little bit in there, right? And it doesn't take much because it's a very tight fit in there. How many trays do you need to print for the bolts and things? I don't know. I just did, I just have this and I printed this one, just 2 different colors. And this is just one I designed myself. And so right now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 8 trays, and I do need some more. So I would assume you're going to need about, maybe 20 or something. Because there's a lot of little packages here. But it's a great idea to keep track of everything. But you want to actually, the only thing I wish I would have done is made the trays a little deeper so I could actually put little handwritten labels on them for what's in them. Because once you empty the bags out, you're not exactly sure what length screws they are, etc. Although an M38 and an M310 are pretty easy to distinguish between one another. Okay, so I'm just going to clean this out. try and get this as smooth as possible. Let's get this little deburring tool again and give this a little bit of a wipe up here. That does take a good little piece of plastic off of there. And we'll sand in here a little bit. We'll make 8 for bolts. There you go. Now, because all the other parts, really, it's just the bolts that you kind of want to distinguish between. Make sure I get all the dust so I don't seize that bearing up. There we go. Now let's have a try on this one. Still a little bit of rubbing, a whole lot better. Let's tighten that up with the screw. Yeah, a little bit. Gonna do a little bit more work in here. I think if I just sand a little bit more, I should be good. Sharpie works. I'm gonna do that on the next one. If I have a Sharpie here, do I have a Sharpie? I think I do. That's got to be good. Okay, that's got to be good. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Okay. Okay. Flat on the bottom. There's still something. Still something when I go backwards. Forwards. Yep, I'm going to do a little more cleanup in here. Let's do the Sharpie trick here too and see. Okay. Do I have a Sharpie? Let's see. I don't have a Sharpie, but I've got a... Oh, this might work. Let's do the red one. Here, let's try this. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit of on the teeth. Some red marker. And let's see what this does. Let's screw it in tight so that we're replicating the same situation. There we go. Oh, it's to mark trays. Yeah, but the Sharpie thing about this thing is good too. And I'm not seeing any marks. Now I wonder, oh, I didn't want to do that. Hang on a minute. That was not a smart thing to do, Tim. Pull that gear out. There we are. Oh, I wonder. There we go. Okay, I think we got it. I think I got it. You think it's rubbing on the side of the gear, but I don't think so. Okay, let's put this back in. There we go. Okay, now last one. Definitely binding. Okay, let's take this one apart. LDO grease. That, you know, that's not a bad idea, Jerry, too. The grease isn't going to hurt the plastic, I don't think. But this one as well is, yeah, oh, definitely. Look at that. Look at that overhang there. Right there, you can see it. That is causing an issue for sure. I should have checked those before I put it together, to be honest with you. Guarantee that's the problem in this one. Okay, let's just try a little bit of grease just for fun, just to see if that makes a little bit of a difference. Just a little tad on the sides here. Let's just see. That's better already. Yeah, it was that plastic for sure that was doing it. A little bit of overhang plastic. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Hey, non-fam. That did it. That did it. Okay, we should all be good now. This one's the best. Come on, intertwined. Okay. They still sound, I'm going to check those out a little bit after, I think. This one and this one still sound a little bit, yeah, these two still sound a little bit crunchy. I'm going to check those out after. I'm going to work on these two here. I'm not 100% happy with those. I am happy with these two up here. I'm happy with these two. I'm not happy with these two, but let's see what's next on the list here, and I will worry about cleaning those other ones up. I'll work on them through the week and see what I can figure out what's wrong, and I'll report back what I found with them. I just don't want to move on unless I'm 100% happy with them. Yo, the contest was closed, Mark. Yes, unfortunately. You were a little bit late. A little bit late. So the step after this, drop the trigger into the respooler as shown. Ensure the screws are not rubbing the sides of the trigger, and the trigger is able to move back and forth freely. Okay, which trigger are we talking here? Oh, that trigger. Okay. Okay, so what they're saying. So I'm going to look with the two that are good. This one and the trigger. I got to make sure I got my magnet the right way on this one. No, that's a repelling magnet. That's a good one. So we drop these in. Oh, that's a repelling magnet too. We don't want that. Come on. I should have made them all the same polarity, but there we go. That's not a, there we go. That one works okay. So this one should, there we go. So trigger into the respooler, ensure the screws are not rubbing and the sides of the trigger are able to move back and forth freely. And that trigger is able to move back and forth very freely. And the screws are not rubbing. Because the trigger is only going to move a little bit. So that one's good. The second one, I've still got to work on those other two, but that's okay. This one, oh, that's repelling. And this screw's got to come out a little bit. There we go. There we go. That one's repelling. This one better not be repelling or I've really screwed up. There we go. That one's moving very freely. When you glue two magnets, you use a Sharpie to mark the glue side. Not sure how you do it. I wing it. No, I don't wing it. Okay, so that one's good, and these two are good. Okay, that's good, and this one's good. Yep, these are both good. I've got to fix these other ones a little bit more. I'll have to do that before I move on, I fear, the next steps, because after that, and we're putting, whoops, after that we are inserting two upper tabs of the light box in a moment, then press down to snap it into place. Okay, so that just means for these two that we've done, that we can insert these up here like that, and then press those down like that to insert those like that. And those are working good. So there's the one. And then on this one, insert those into the two top tabs and press down. Whoop, there we go. Like so. Okay. Those two are good to go. Those two are good to go. Now I've got to figure these ones out. These, I'm not happy with these. 100% happy with how these are moving. So I got to figure these ones out before I go too farther on. When you push a doorbell, you wing it. You what? What? Hey, Cottrell Herberwine. How are you? Eberwine. Build's going good. I'm having a little issue with two of these respooler mounts with some binding going on in them. And I just need to figure out why and where. These are fine until I put the side cover on, and then they bind up a little bit. And I just need to figure out why. And yeah, I have a feeling that it's just these things just need to be cleaned out a lot more, because it is the gears rubbing on something. It's got to be. So we're just cleaning the insides of these out a little bit. Try and give a little bit more space, I suppose, for the gears. Okay. And it could be the printing process. I mean, it could have been, I mean, had I used supports, it might be a little cleaner. But I just used any built-in supports that were provided with the models and didn't add any of my own. And I think if I were to do this again, I might put supports in this particular part of the build. Hey, 3D experiments. Okay. So this is good. This is all the way in. This one works flawlessly. So now if I add this, there's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of binding. So it's definitely something rubbing on. Now, is it rubbing on? Let's see. I wonder if it could be under here too, in that lower gear. If this lower gear could possibly be rubbing. If I push that in a hair more, we don't want to go in too far. There we go. Those two are perfectly meshed. I don't want to mess with that. No, there should be plenty of clearance in there. I wish I could see a cut-apart view of this, cutaway view. Ah, it's when it tightens. Okay, so when the box tightens. Okay, so with the box not tightened, it's turning fine. Okay, if I put the screw in, and snug it up, then we get a little bit of grinding. I wonder if something's twisted, or like, I don't know. I'm at a bit of a loss. See right there, you can see at the bottom gap there, we're not tightened and it's turning fine. As soon as I put that screw in and tighten that bottom gap, we get that little bit of grinding. But the part does not look twisted at all. It printed in this orientation. It does not look twisted at all. Now, is that bearing crooked? I don't think so. Although that would not have much bearing on it. Ah, see what I said there? It's that little bit of movement right there when it tightens that is causing something to grind slightly. Now, I'm going to try one more thing. I am going to take this cover and I'm going to switch covers and see if that makes a difference. The top gap is pulling together fine, yes. Oops, wrong one. I got to take the correct side off. Ah! This side was all good. Okay, let's take this side off. Let's try switching them and see, just for fun. Okay, we're doing fine there. Yeah, and again, there's that little bit of a gap that's got to be pulled here. And it binds. So, I wonder if this piece, that was printed in the orientation. That piece is not twisted either. These gears are perfectly lined up. I'm going to have to play with this during the week, I think, and see what's going on here. Even this one here with this cap, there's that little gap there that when you close it, actually, this one looks like it might work. Oh, this one might actually work. Yeah, this one's good. Let's put this one together. Let's get the wiring in there. This one seems like it's going to be fine. And I'll just have one to worry about. Okay. Okay, and then we'll put this screw back in. And this one, I think this one's going to work. It's either the blue gear or the black gear rubbing. There we go. This one's working fine. This one's good. Okay, so let's put this one together. This one, let's see. And that is the right orientation for that. Okay, we're good on this one. So then we can snap this cap on. There we go. So this one is working. Okay, so we have 3 good ones now. Just this one. Okay. So let's just have a quick peek here. We're almost done, another 10 minutes. If I don't tighten the cap, we're good. Okay, here, let's switch to this. If I don't tighten the cap, it's good. There we go. As soon as I put pressure right there, it binds a little bit. Now I'm going to suspect that the binding is happening. Let's see. Is there any room? Is this pushed in all the way? Let's just have a peek at that. I wonder if that could have been it. I wonder if this wasn't pushed far enough against that other bearing. Nope. Oh, that other bearing's moved. Okay, we got to take this one. I'm just going to take this one right apart. Is the block gears pressed all the way against the tool? When? Yeah, they were. They were for sure. I'm going to pull this one out. I'm just going to double check everything here. Just going to pull these out. I want to check this bearing, make sure that is flat where it should be. Okay. I'm going to check with this and this. Those to mesh. I'm going to check with this and this. I'm going to tighten this one on, just this side. I want to see if it's the black gear or the blue gear, and this will let me have a look inside. Okay, I can hear it binding now. You know what? That bearing is not straight in there. It's hard to see, but if I turn this, that whole thing is kind of wobbling a bit as it turns. And it shouldn't be. Something's wobbling. This thing, okay, this thing is not warped. Now I just got to see if one of these bearings is crooked. That is wobbling when I put it in the hole. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see on camera. But when I turn that, there's a bit of a wobble there. Okay, this gear, there's lots of clearance there for that gear, as you can see. Okay, so that's not the issue anymore. There's a ton of clearance around that blue gear. There's wobble in there in that bearing. So what I'm going to try is a different, I'm going to try a different bearing. I'll try a different bearing just for the heck of it. Okay, there we go. That one seems okay. Okay, so let's try it with a different bearing just to see. And this bearing, let's just have a peek at this. This one seems okay. Yeah, this bearing seems fine. Okay, let's put this back together. Oh, let me just see. This might be, hang on one sec. Okay, I want to make sure these are not interfering with it at all. I don't think they are, but you never know. I don't want anything keeping that gap apart in this. Okay. Okay. Now we'll put this in. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, now let's bring this one in before we put the wires on. It's gotta be that black one. Is that not in quite enough? Let's just see. There we go. Well, that's a little too far. Hang on. There we go. Still a little too far. There we go. Okay, this is getting better. I think this black one is causing the issue. It's hard to tell. I wonder, that could be it, you know. Because that seems to be turning, it doesn't seem to be wobbling at all. Let me just have a look at something here. There we go. That is turning smooth as butter right there. That is so smooth. Okay, there's that. It's good until I tighten this one. Something is going on with this. I wonder if I just maybe need to reprint this piece. If this piece just got warped somehow a little, but it sits flat. Oh no, there's a little bit. Oh no, that sits very flat. I don't think this piece is warped. I don't think that rod is turning perfectly square. That rod is turning perfectly straight. Pushing the black gear out of alignment. I'm wondering, yeah. But it's in the proper position for sure. I'm gonna play with this a little bit this week. See, that's what's getting me right there, is that little gap you can see right there. When I don't touch that, it turns fine both ways. Oh, hang on. You notice that moves as I'm turning that. Something is making that move as I turn that. If I hold this top part tight. Yeah, when I tighten that, something's rubbing. Big time. But I don't know what. Okay. I'm gonna have to take this. I'm gonna have to take this thing apart and figure it out. As I say, when it's loose, when I just put it on, it's fine. As soon as I put any pressure on this cap, we get the rubbing. Strip the shaft and see if it's bent. I don't think the shaft is bent, because when I look at it straight down, I don't see any wobble at all. But that doesn't mean that it's not bent. But it would take a heck of a beating to bend one of these shafts, I bet. But what I may try, and I wonder if, yeah. Let me do one more quick thing while we're here. I want to make sure that this shaft, this gear got pushed properly into the right distance onto this shaft. Because if this gear here, were too far to this side, that would cause a little bit of rubbing when I tighten that on, if this shaft wasn't properly tightened down. But let's just see if I push this out of the bearing here. So I'm wondering, and here is this was the thing here. If this is pushed too far, yeah, so let's just see if this was maybe not pushed far enough in there. Because if I do this, it does not look like the shaft is warped. I don't want to have to pull this off here. That'd be tough, but I'm going to actually see if I hit this a little more. Let me get my hammer and my thing and my little, where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? Where's my little hammering blocker? This one will work. We broke it. That's okay. But at least we push this down. Okay, and I just wonder if, because if that wasn't quite this way enough, that would cause that to rub when I tighten that other piece on. But I think that looks pretty good. And it looks pretty straight. Okay. So okay, let's just give this a quick shot. A worthy sacrifice, yes. How about use the rounded tool for aligning the gear again? Well, let's see how this aligns now. Where's my spacer? Let's see how this gear aligns. Okay, we want to loosen this off to mesh the gears. Okay. Okay, so here we go. I can already see something interesting here. Oh no, that's pretty much. So that black gear should go in just a hair more to align perfectly with the blue. That's a little too far. There we go. And it could come out just a hair more. There we go. So those gears are meshed nicely now. That is in as far as it should go. Now we bring this guy into the picture. Tighten up the bottom, and we still got binding. Okay, well, I mean, it might work, but I don't like the fact that something is rubbing. I'm just not content with moving forward with something rubbing. I'm going to investigate this further. Off stream and see what's going on. Worst case, I may just reprint a few of these parts and see if just something happened with the part. But who knows? Black gear shaft too long. I don't know how far the motor's sitting out on these. They look like they're all about the same. Yeah, it's possible. I guess anything's possible. If it's too long and it's rubbing, although it doesn't, there's no, in this thing here, there's no sign of the tip of the black gear shaft rubbing on in here. And I think it was too long and it was pressing on there, it would show. So I don't know. I'm not worried about the size of this hole anymore in the sense because we know that there's a ton of clearance for that blue gear. So you always go down to the video games. Oh, yeah, this. So it's something to do with this cap when it goes on, because right now with this section right here, this is running. This is smooth as anything. And I don't see any sign of wear from the black gear. Oh, although, hang on, I do see a little bit. You can see a little bit inside. I don't know how well you can see. But if you see a little bit, can you see this? Right in front of my tweezers. See a little bit of black on the plastic? I wonder if that black gear is rubbing right there. See that black on the plastic right beside my tweezers? Wonder if that black gear is rubbing on that spot. That mark shouldn't be there. So, I don't know. Do we just clean that out a bit? Flip the N20. Oh, that's a nice idea too. Maybe orientation on the printer. Possible. Yeah, it's a mystery. That's okay. The other three, as I say, are fine. Now, I just want to make sure that this is perfect before going on, so I don't end up having to take things really, really far apart. Okay, I got rid of the black marks. Let's do a little bit more. Good thing I went out to the garage to get this sandpaper. So we got rid of the black marks. If I just do a little bit more. Okay, let's just see. Oh, it's smoother. It is definitely smoother when I'm pinching this closed. Yep, definitely. So if I give a little bit more, let's just give a little bit more. Let's get a fresh piece of paper here. Where I had another piece right over here. I already had a fresh piece cut. Let's get a little bit more. Let's just cut this little fresh piece of paper here. We'll circle this into a ball. Let's just give this a little bit more in here and see. That black mark was a dead giveaway. Dremel sanding tool. I do have a Dremel, but I think a Dremel would take too much off. We'll do it. We'll give it a hand job for now and see what that does. Hang on, let's not go there. Okay. Just gonna make sure that's pretty cleaned out. Here, let's just clean that out good. Okay. Okay. Let's put it together properly and see what we get. Okay, screw it in and see what happens. Still a bit bindy. Not happy. No, that's okay. Making you want to start your build tonight. There you go. Okay, I'm going to work with this a bit more. So it's either, see, the other ones didn't. So I'm guessing that this, I don't know. It's definitely nothing in this end of the assembly because everything is smooth in this end of the assembly. And this end of the assembly, there is definitely something rubbing as this tightens up. And I don't like the sound of it. So I will pull the Dremel out off stream. I already swapped covers to get one working. I may just print another cover, or I may just grab the Dremel tool, my little Dremel sander, and sand that out a little bit more just to widen this hole, which won't really hurt anything because that's not going to affect the stability of anything. As a matter of fact, what the heck, since you guys are here, what the heck? What the heck? There's a little sanding wheel. I just got to be careful I don't melt the heck out of it. So where's my little tightening thing? Oh, there's the wrench. So we have to just put a... I can tighten that by hand. It'll be fine. Okay, let's give it a little Dremel. Let's give it a little power. What the heck? Let's remove this battery thing here. Bring the big boys out, right? Okay. Worst case scenario, I melt it, right? Okay. Okay, that definitely took some out, some off. Okay, let's see what happens. Still something rubbing. Okay. Worst case, I nick my thumb. No, worst case, yeah, exactly. Or I print another part. Okay, I've actually, okay, so now there's not going to be, I've butchered this part, honestly. If you look, I've butchered that part pretty much. Come on, focus. There we are. You can see that I really, really widened that gap, okay? So now you can see infill. Yeah, there you go. Let's see what happens now. I think it fixed it. I think it did it. Oh, hang on. Tighten that. I think it did it. Okay, let me put it back together now and see. I think that did it. This is turning into a 3-hour stream, which I didn't want it to, but what the heck, tomorrow's a holiday. Okay, let's put this screw back in. Yeah, it does sound a little bit, but let's just see when I put it all together. I want it to be perfect, obviously. Yeah, still, you can hear it. You know, that compared to that, right? That, and you listen to this. Yeah. Ah. Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. Let's just call it. It's one of those things where you get to a point where you say, okay, you know what? You got to stop. You don't want to get too frustrated with it. You got to stop. And worst case scenario, I just reprint a few parts. It's not the gear. And then, yeah, well, and then I got to, it's not the gear, definitely not the gear. There's clearance there. So I just don't know what is happening here. It's been, I wonder if, like, it's almost like that bearing, you know what? I wonder if this bearing hole has gotten stretched out or something, and there's a little bit of wiggly wobbly movement in that bearing. I don't know. It's fine until you tighten this cover. I'm going to reprint this piece and see what happens. Still time to show you the basketballs? Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, I agree, Sir McSquishy. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. No sense beating a dead horse. Plus, I'd get charged with animal cruelty. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just put this Dremel away real quick. Shove her away in here. Like that, like yo, yo, yo. And like yo. And just put this away. And I'll show you my balls. Okay, anyways, so here. Let's get that chair out of the way. Whoa, don't run my camera over. So you want to see my balls. Okay, there's our blue ball. I haven't taken the support off yet. Let me go ahead and do that. That's going to hurt. I need a cloth because even though it's TPU type material, it can still cut your hands. What's what printed in, the ball or the part? Oh, here we go. This base, by the way, makes this support that I'm taking off, by the way, makes a nice base for the ball. Base for the ball. There we are. Makes a really nice base to sit the ball in. A little bit of cleanup I need to do on the bottom here. Not a big deal, but let's see if I can show you the difference between this one and the orange one. It's time to have some fun. I've been too frustrated with the other stream, the other stuff that's going on. So there we go. So I can kind of show you over here the balls bouncing. So the orange one was printed. So let's see if I can move that camera up. No, I want to get a better camera view for you for this, because I'm curious myself about this. Let's see if this lens will work. Let's see if I do this lens and I zoom it out and I move it back a little bit. This might, well, let's see. If I drop the two, so I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to drop them at the same time. You ready? Tell me if one looks like it bounces higher than the other. I think the blue one is coming up a hair higher. And the blue one, so the blue one was printed. Whoa, 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 whoa. The blue is there, yeah. So the I'll show you that in a second, Rebecca. The blue one was printed with a 0.6 nozzle, orange one with a 0.4 nozzle, and they did say that the 0.4 nozzle gives less bounce than the 0.6. Now, this is the 0.4 nozzle, and I have to actually give it a pretty good bounce to get that high. Whereas the blue one, I don't have to give it nearly as much bounce to get this high. So the 0.6 nozzle thing does work good. And you can smash these things as hard as you want. They're not going to break. What kind of filament? That's a very good question. It's a filament specifically made by BQ for the airless basketballs. I'll show you it here. I've got another roll of it because I'm printing another one yet. So the filament is actually called, oops, that's the filament right there. It's called BQ PLA HR, orange, and they have orange, black, and blue. And they, yeah, 220 to 240. I printed these at 230. I printed it with a 70-degree bed, okay, with 230 degrees. So if you go to BQ's website, they have specific instructions on how to print. But if you download the 3MF file, everything is all set for you. For Orca Slicer or the Bamboo printer, everything is all set for you with a 3MF file. It fits on a P1P or a P1S bed, or the A1. It'll fit on the A1 bed, and it's now these prints both, even though this was a 0.6 nozzle. These prints both took over 70 hours. This one took 76 hours, or 74 or 76 hours to print. This one was about 74 hours. I read on the Bamboo site, or it was a BQ site. It's a free model, Rebecca. It's a free model on Maker World. I'll show you the model. If you go to here, and I go to here, and I go to Maker World. Whoops. No, I don't want to go to Maker Muse. Maker. There we are. So go to Maker World. Forget that little guy. But if you search up BQ, BIQU airless, right there, airless basketball. There's the one you want right here. Well, that's the one I've been using, is the official BQ one here. And then if you can download the 0.4 or 0.6 nozzle profile, and it'll have everything all set for you. 10 walls, blah, 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 100% infill, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, so I saw somebody on one of the groups say they printed using the proper filament. They used the proper filament, and they followed the instructions. Their print took 60 hours. They said it was 60 hours wasted. And I'm thinking, okay, I've done 3 of them so far, and I'm going to be doing a 4th. I've done 3 of them. They all took well over 70 hours. So if you're getting one done in 60 hours, what are you setting wrong? What setting do you have wrong? Or am I, but what they said was they did 2 or 3 bounces and it cracked. So there's obviously something that I did differently because mine took 14 extra hours to print. Maybe they didn't do as many walls. Maybe they didn't, you know, have certain settings right. But I just use a 3MF file that downloads. All the settings come into into Bamboo Studio or into Orca Slicer, and then I just printed and went away, and everything's fine. And these things take a beating, a big beating. So the only thing I will do differently next time is I may use a, I'm probably going to use the Bamboo PLA support material for the interface so that that comes off a little easier and cleaner. I just have to do a little bit of cleanup on the bottom. You see the bottom of the ball here just requires a little bit of extra cleanup just right here. There's actually supposed to be a basketball player symbol on the bottom of the ball there. And then the top of the ball prints really nicely with the BQ logo. Oh, sorry, the BQ logo right there. So, but otherwise the print is great. It looks perfect. So, did you print your skirts already for the box turtle build? Yes. For the box turtle build, I do have this portion already fixed, all ready to go. Okay, so there's my box turtle build. There's the trays, there's the skirts, and back, and those are my basically my colors: the pink trays with the blue insets, and yeah, so that's all ready to go once we get the rest of this build going. So once we figure out the issue. Yep. So that's my balls. That's the basketballs. They're pretty fun and they're great. I'm gonna probably go up to the park up here in the summer and see how well they do. Let's put that up there and that up there. But yeah, it's really cool filament. It's not cheap, but you get some really nice balls off of it. I gotta stop with the ball jokes. So. But exactly. Well, I want to say again, congratulations to Papa Way for winning the Polymaker draw. Congratulations. You will hear from me tomorrow or Tuesday. Remember, tomorrow's a holiday here. And I want to really thank James L. for becoming a member of my channel, Andrew Humphrey for the Super Chat, Off Access for the Super Chat, and Richard McLean for the Super Chat. Thank you guys so much. That is very much appreciated. So you're going to get tiny rocks in that ball for sure. I inadvertently made mine in Denver Broncos colors, orange, galaxy, and metallic blue. Oh, too funny. How much of a spool does one ball take? It takes around 720 grams of filament. So about 3/4 of the spool. I'm going to use the, I'm going to have 4 partial spools. So what I plan to do with the 4 partial spools is do a multicolor ball. I'm going to set the spools in because I believe I can use the AMS with them. I'm going to put them in the AMS and have one, tell them they're all exactly the same filament so that when one runs out, the other one will automatically start. And I'm going to print a multicolor ball with the 4 leftover spools I have. So anyways, you might need to shave those balls where the supports were. Yeah. I will shave I'll shave my balls there, Jack. Boom. So thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. It's been a really fun night. Thank you for the super chats. Congratulations for winning the filament, and thank you everybody for being here and for subscribing. I do appreciate it. We'll continue this build next week. I will figure out a solution to this problem between now and then. First thing I'm going to do, just because it's the simplest thing to do, is I'm going to reprint this part. I'll probably print 4 of them just because and see what happens. So see what happens. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody that's been on tonight. And you guys all have a fantastic week. Those of you in Canada that have a day off tomorrow, enjoy your day off. And for the rest of you guys that have to work, be safe out there. And we will catch you guys in the next week when we're going to do the same thing, give away more filament and have more fun. Talk to you guys later. Bye for now.